I need to set maps to in hotkeys, I feel. Core Hall Compound is not a very good map for Zerg, especially versus Terran, because the third location. You see it's on the low ground, you can see a ramp there and there. I'll show you on the map. Siege tanks can siege your third base from up here, in this area. So it's really hard to take a safe third if they just do a standard tank marine play, making it like entrenched up there. It's pretty bad. So I have this map slimmed down on all my accounts. Versus Terran, basically, they kind of decide the pace of the game, and you're just, what, in a macro game, you're going to try and drone as much as they will allow you to, and then counter whatever attacks they do, and basically win the war of attrition, keep them off minerals, and, you know, defend bases, and then, you know, starve him out like that. Like, if I can prevent him from taking his third, that's ideal, but usually they can get that. The fourth is where you want to make your real stand. You will always want to go 15 hatch versus Terran, basically, no matter what. Even if they're doing, like, proxy 11-11, you can't hold it. It's just pretty difficult. Proxy 11-11 is double barracks at 11 supply, near your base instead of theirs. I scout on 14 supply to check for 2 wrecks. Then I can get my pool more quickly. That's a pretty good start. Drone once after the, okay. So, that is to deny scouting, and there's 3 supply depots right away, which means he's way over supply limit. So, since he spent 300 minerals on that, he can't have, like, he could technically have 2 barracks, I suppose, building, but it's a little bit iffy. I don't know. I don't actually know if he can afford that. So I'm just going to stick this overload on the high ground so I can kind of try and see what's coming down his ramp. This is going to stay here so I can see if any Marines come along to this ramp. Drone to 18 and then overlord. I'm going to try and send one overload on the back. I want to see how many gases he has. They're pretty quick now post that update, so they get in across the map pretty quickly, even if you only send them now. Banshees is my concern right now. Starting a queen on both my hatcheries right away, and 2 lings to stop Hellions from running up my ramp. 4 lings at the top to prevent that. I'm going to transfer drones to my natural from my main. We want to spread the lings out pretty well so they can get surrounded on any Hellions that run by as soon as the queens finish. The first injection up top goes to the first 25 energy goes to an injection up top, and the other one goes to a creep tumor. I want to throw down a spine right about now. Hellion timing is in about 30 seconds, so I want to have a spine up by the time they would get here, should he be doing that. Which, since he did 3 supply depots early, he's probably not. So I want to send my drone up the ramp real quick to see if I can see any unit composition or anything like that. If he's got a lot of Marines, then I'll know that he doesn't have, you know, start gate tech coming. Still just droning up. I've only built 4 links so far. So I see some Marines back there and 4 supply depots now. I have queens number 3 and 4 done. Still just droning up, keeping up on my supply. Round about 50 supply. I'm going to take all my gases at once. This is something you probably may have heard of called Benicio style. It's very defensive, very safe. It got a lot better when they buffed the queens too. queen range went from 3 to 5, so Hellions are really bad against him. Well, relatively speaking. As my minerals get high, I'm going to throw down a macro hatch, because I don't want to be floating money. Floating money is useless money. Reaching 2 base saturation, still no units built. Remember, I can see right here, so I can see if he's planning on coming down the ramp. Plus I have good creep spread. I want to start Ling speed and get double Evo. As well as start my lair as quickly as possible. Still need to fix my hotkeys. I have different hotkeys for lair and stuff like that. Things on the far right side of the keyboard are just impractical to reach. So now I'm going to start Ling production as I prepare to take my third. I'm keeping my creep spread going a little bit. It's not my top concern early game. Macro is more important. I'm not suicide this overlord in, so I want to know what he's doing. I'm replacing it right now so that when it dies it's not that bad. My upgrades are also on separate hotkeys. I would never normally click them. Don't pick up that habit. So we just see some barracks units, and he must have a factory in there too. But his expansion is way late, like 8 minutes and 40 seconds. Even if he takes it now, it's super late. My economy is going to be way ahead. And see, I'm producing Lings in time for this attack that's coming across the map right now. That Hellion is probably because he's A-moving everything across the map. Ling speed isn't started because I'm bad, but I should have started Ling speed before the upgrades from the Evo. Now that that's done, I'm going to get, Lair's done, I'm going to get my, so I want him to attack into the spine, and then I'm going to attack with everything now. Get a good surround on the Marines like that, kill them all. Normally, Ling speed would be done by then. That's a pretty massive oversight. That would have lost me the game against a more competent opponent. So since he just lost his big first push, I'm going to throw down my third base. I'm pooling gas right now for +2/+2 as soon as my current upgrades finish. And I'm just massing Lings until my third base is done. Then I'll be droning that up. I'm also saving gas for Spire, Mutas, as soon as I can. I'm going to take both control towers right now. Now that I know more or less my opponent's tech path because of the number of Marines he had, I believe he has more than one barracks. I don't really need to worry about like mech play or Banshees. So I'm just going to continue down the Ling Muta path. Keep my creep spread going. Start +1 immediately. And my +2/+2. Now I'm going to be building Mutas. I need my Bling Nest. It's Baneling. Bling is Baneling from now on, just so everyone knows. Remember, see how I'm checking my drones at my bases just consistently? I want to make sure I never drop below saturation. Like, I just built a Bling Nest, so I need to replace that, replace those drones that I used for that. I'm building just Mutas and Lings. Now that my third base is done, I'm going to start droning that up. I'm building Mutas with the gas. Mutas are going to go across the map and try and do some harassment and or just get scouting information, that kind of thing. Like, as long as you're active with the Mutas, it's pretty good. Creep spread's going to keep going across the map. Being sure to build Overlords as well. We see he's got an armory. That means he can make doors now, or will be able to, should I allow it to finish. Also, seeing that armory means that he does not have a not have doors currently, which means that I can stack them up. It makes it harder to attack into them for him. All my rallies are set to my third base. I'm going to take the gases immediately because I'm going Muta. I'm going to make a couple Banelings just in case I don't detect an attack coming across the map. spreading my creep more and more. Normally you would have turrets to deal with, so this is kind of a poor example of Terran defense, but in fact I think I can just kill him with whatever I have now. So because of this weakness I'm going to be able to just move across the map here, but normally that wouldn't be possible. Normally attacking into Terran is nigh on impossible because of siege tanks. Oh, I need to change my hotkeys, thank you. I use A. But that's pretty bad because I use A for a lot of things, and therefore I'm sometimes accidentally making layers when I'm supposed to be getting Zergling speed, which I also use A for. I'm going to show you guys my hotkeys right now, I guess. I don't remember how to change hotkeys. There they are. I use different hotkey setup for Protoss as well, so. I use QWE for my upgrades. That unbinds Warp Gate, which is fine because I'm not playing that race. Also, I don't use that for Warp Gate anyway. My layer is A. Oh, that was my hive. Shit. There we go. Speed is A. Adrenal glands is S. What else? Evo. I mean, I also make my Infestation Pit A because it's on the upside of the keyboard. Ultralisk Cavern I leave because you never want to accidentally build Ultralisk Caverns because then you auto-lose. Because Ultralisks suck. There we go. And that's all the only ones I changed. And then map preferences, you don't want to ever play on Coral Compound because of the reasons I explained. Antigua Shipyard, they can take a really strong center with siege tanks against Terran, or Protoss with Colossus, and it's really hard to break. So I don't like that map. And Entomb Valley, competitively is not a very good map because Protoss can take 3 base super easily. And anytime you have an easy 3 base Protoss, it's really difficult to break them. You have to try and play a really macro game instead of just going Mass Roach like would be preferred. That was 2 games so far. This is a Zerg favorite map, according to most people. Close spawns is disabled, so they can't, if I'm here, he can't be here, which is the only reason the map is even playable, because close spawn just ruins the game. So we'll have to see what he's gonna do. Normally, Protoss always forge first fast expansion, regardless of anything. And on this map, you can kind of abuse it with speedlings if they're not playing really close attention. But since we're in the lower leagues, he's not necessarily going to forge first fast expansion. We don't want to assume that. So I'm going to do a 14-13 opening so that I can have speedlings out to deal with any kind of cheese he might do or anything like that. Because I'm much less confident in his opening. I want to send a Overlord, my first Overlord that I make, post my main one, my starting one, to my natural to scout for cannons and pylons and cannons, things of that nature. He's not there, so he is here. I'm sure of that, because he can't spawn here. I'm intentionally not stacking my drones. You can stack drones like this. Like, this is a closer mineral patch than this one, so forcing them to mine on this one